Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Halftime Heroes. As we just bump off the volume there and just look at the sides, we've got singles happening tonight. And we'll just get details up on. So we have Hooded LYFE, and in the singles will be Biles. And I can tell you in the fours is Piper, Stud, Jet Simmons and Todd Simmons. So Scotty Biles, and they're up against the Marvels. And if that is Dowling, and in their fours is Keogh, Wright, King and Wiz. It's not Mr. Wisniewski, is he? My favourite?
Yes.
Yeah, thank God he's on rink number 2. No disrespect, but we don't like people that stand in front of the camera. Righto, already some big numbers coming in, so any comments, folks, chuck them down on the Halftime Heroes page. And what we'll do, folks, is we'll put the fours scores up on the side screen there, so you'll see that go up. So I can tell you the Marvels are already up 1. So we'll make some adjustments there. No score currently in the fours yet. Still going through the motions there. Nice clip, probably to advantage there, probably I'd say 2. Again, folks, any comments, more than happy to put them through. Again, welcome to our Mornington Peninsula News Group listeners. It's great to have you on board. And exciting singles quarterfinals. So they'll be through to the semis and the finals next week. Hooded LYFE take a 1 shot. So you'll see there number 4s. I'll just put theirs up on the left of screen. So 2 shots. So you can just faintly see those scores in the background there. I can tell you the Marvels picked up 2 there, so that's 3 shots to zip. Scott didn't like that approach. Bit narrow. So Russ up on the mat now. Nice gentle release. Again a bit narrow. And breaking through. From here, Russ is holding 1, and it's just that side bowl. Interesting, first time we've televised the the singles, so we'll keep you up to date of what's going on with the other matches. Nice little clip to the side. Oh, just missing. Just missing. Phil, how you been?
Peter, very good, thank you. Very good.
Action-packed a couple of nights. We've got some big viewers coming in.
Excellent.
There's such saying, go Scotty boy.
Well, of course, we're into the semi-finals now of the sectionals. We had the 2 winners go through on the Tuesday night, which was Rat Pack. And Risebud, yeah, Frankie and people there from the Rye and Rosebud bowling clubs. So they're through. So they play in the sectional final next Tuesday night. The winner, of course, goes straight into the ultimate final. And the second place goes into a second chance. Second place gets a second chance. So all the second... Tuesday night. The one team that comes second on Thursday night. And the one that goes second on Friday night all play against each other in a round robin, different format, and whoever wins that actually gets to be the 4th person in, because we have 3 section winners plus the lucky second place.
Too organised, Phil. Too organised.
So they go through. So it'll be interesting, a different format where they only pay pairs and triples, the singles, and sorry, it's so that drops out. It's just to make it more interesting. So we've still got a couple of weeks to go, but what it's clearly showing based on Tuesday night is that the cream is starting to rise to the top. So obviously the bookies' favourite for the whole competition has been Hooded LYFE, but they were pushed to a couple of draws last Thursday night by Mulgrave Diggers. So,
what are you saying? They're acting a bit like Collingwood at the moment.
well, yes, but I was asked, well, what happens if we lose today? I said, well, you're out. So it's pretty important. So of course the match where we've got is first plays fourth, so there is an advantage in coming first because you've played the fourth place in the semi-finals, and the other matches between is the second and third place people. So we have there Team Gecko, who finished second, are playing Mulgrave Diggers. And so that'll be a pretty close match, that one there. Particularly based on some of the results during the round robins. So it'll be interesting. Be very interesting. So you'll see tonight what we've done is we've actually used rink 1 for the singles, and we've reduced rink 2, so the others are playing on 3, 4 and 5 tonight. So you'll notice that we've got our sponsors on either side of our rink here today.
And of course, special mentions to Crowded Community. Crowded, how am I going? It's been a long day.
It has, Pete.
Crowder Community Real Estate, Macmax Australia, Momentum Gaming, Resting Toucher, and Pro-Up Electrical. We'll mention all of them a bit later in the bit.
Yes.
But they're solid supporters of the event here.
Yeah, they've been very good. I mean, the gold sponsor is Momentum Gaming. Silver is Crowder Community Real Estate, and then we have our bronze. So we have Andy Alexandria from the Resting Toucher, and also Anthony Baldwin, Pro-Ab Electrical, who do commercial and industrial electrical work.
Now, Andy from Resting Touches did mention that it's still $30 off bags, or was it shoes? $30 off shoes.
Bags and shoes.
Yep. So gives him a nice.
And when is this Pure Plant protein coming up, mate?
Actually, they're sitting at home at the moment, Phil. So
are they really?
They're sitting at home. They're ready to go. They'll be ready on Tuesday.
Wow.
They're all packaged up nicely.
Are they?
So I'll bring up some.
We perhaps could make that an extra prize for a team, could we?
Oh, the shot of it. We could make it the shot of the.
Shot of the night.
Yes.
That'd be interesting.
Drive of the night.
When we reach the finals, shot of the night goes too.
Hello to Rose there, who's watching as well. So it's glad to have you on board. And Andrew and Brendan also watching, so hello to them. So Russ is off to a flyer here at the moment. He's picked up another one and may have snuck in another.
Yeah, it looks like it, doesn't it? Well, if that's the case, and it looks like it, I see the...
Going down for a look. How are we going in the fours, Phil?
Well, it's a reversal there. We have Hooded LYFE 5 and Marvels 0.
So guys and girls, just on your right of, on your left of the screen, I've put up the fours score there as well. So it's a bit hard to see, but I might change the colour very shortly for you so we can get up and going there. So Russ may have picked up 2 by the looks of it.
I don't know. We'll just wait. See whether it's been updated. At this stage it's 5-zip, so if that be the case,
that would be 1.
1.
So he's picked up 1.
Yes. Okay, so of course it's first to 21 or the bell, which is an hour and a half. So both the sessions are an hour and a half.
We can tell you that Team Gecko in the fours are 4, and the Mulgrave Diggers are 1, and Team Gecko and Mulgrave Diggers in the singles are level at 2 all at the moment.
Okay. Well, we still have some people down watching, I have to say, even though we are live streaming. We have a few people.
Phil, is it too late to grab a meal for tomorrow night?
No, it's not.
So I saw a big five-piece menu. I think there was fish, pork, lamb, the whole entourage. So if you're looking, please ring through and place your meal order for tomorrow.
Yeah, we have like a roast of the day and a dessert for $20, and then you have an a la carte for $25. So usually we try to come up with 2 lots of meat. There's usually a fish dish there as well. Having it like a gluten-free style menu as well. So Friday Night Bistro is always here, but we do have sitting times, and we do have the menu, and they do ask that you pre-book. Okay. Yeah, well, Scotty Bose is definitely under the pump here at the moment. He's 5-zip down. He needs to hold out. This could be, yes, so he gets it. Getting some encouragement from his team there.
Good way to bounce back.
It is indeed. So he's reaching to try and sit it through. He's asking. Okay, still 1 bullet to go, and obviously if he sits it through, Scotty needs to get another bowl in the head. So continuing on the backhand, if he doesn't get another one close, he's opening himself up for a weighted shot to sit through the shot bowl and stay for 4. So he's got a good spot there, cover. Very good bowl there, he'll be happy with that. So if the jack moves, he's still got the bowl. And with his last bowl, he may even consider taking the marvel's shot. Let's see what happens here, to actually move it across to himself.
That's a nice line there, isn't it?
Yeah, he's following intently. Well, it dropped. Ooh, okay. Okay, so that takes away the shot and actually probably coming that way in case he actually comes on to the opposition and pushes his own bowl out. So he will have to come again also on the forehand. He's looking for dead draw as it comes down.
A bit of weight there, Phil.
Now look, he's narrow. He won't be happy with that. Doesn't want to knock that one in. He's coming in underneath. Anyway, he'll be happy to be on the board. So there we go. So 5-1. Of course, it doesn't matter how many ends because
First to 21.
first to 21.
Or the clock.
Oh yes. Or Quasimodo's bell.
You said it, Phil. I'm just here for the ride.
I tell you what though, the number of people ask me if they can ring the bell, Pete. It must actually be quite a fun thing to do.
It could be old school time memories or...
Well, you do ring it, and you'd be amazed subconsciously how many people turn around.
Yeah.
All right, let's have a look at some of the other scores as we're at it. Okay. All right, so it's still in the 4s, 5-zip, Hooded LYFE over the marbles. In the singles, Team Gecko is now 4 over the Mulgrave Diggers 2. And Team Gecko is also 4-1 up in the 4s as well. Mike Pearce from Mount Eliza, who's just started using his arm, one of the arms. So he's skipping.
Just
Mark Stanaway 3rd. And it looks as though it'd be probably Wayne Hogan might be leading and Mike Kalmeyer 2nd.
I saw Wayne there. We had to do some emergency repairs to Mike's glasses.
Did we?
They reach into a bag of tools and pull out a small screwdriver to fix his glasses. But I'm taking no credit for it.
At all. Well, we're at it, of course, starting next week on Monday is the Australian Indoors as well.
Whereabouts, Phil?
That is, I should know I'm going there.
It's up there somewhere.
Up there somewhere.
Let's start with a state, New South Wales or Queensland?
Oh no, well it just slips into New South Wales, but it is the Gold Coast.
Gold Coast. It's everything.
Tweed heads, mate.
Is everything bowls on the Gold Coast?
Well, the weather is so inviting, yes. They have everything there, don't they?
Yeah, but you know, everyone's getting a roof.
All right. So yes, we wish Frankie Krizlovic, who's representing, well, he's representing himself, but he plays for Rosebud on the Mornington Peninsula.
Well, technically he's in form at the moment because he won that down at Brighton in the Grand Masters on Sunday.
He did. Yes, I played with Leone down there as well. And while we're talking about Leone has, who's a dual member here and also down at Stratty, down in Gippsland. She also has qualified in the ladies. So having a fairly good year.
And contestant-wise, Phil, any idea how many are scheduled to play? A rough idea? Any draws or anything like that out?
We should probably find the draw and we can make mention of it, can't we?
Yeah, we'll have a look shortly.
Yeah, I know that that they start on Monday. They're allowed, there's a couple of days there that you can book in for practice. Obviously indoors, so it's under the roof. So...
Still a couple of admirers out there. Has Thompson's got a microphone on? He's up and about nice and loud. No, he hasn't got a microphone on, Les. He's just speaking very loudly.
Anthony, the sweet tones of Filthy Phil. I'm assuming that's a play on words, I would think, from Anthony.
So possibly two. From that, so Russ, he's out of the blocks. If it was a 400 metre race, he's leading into the first turn.
Oh, there he is.
And he does take the net, and that means the score is
8-1.
So he's picked up 3 there. This could be a short...
Well, last week, of course, young Jet played and he only lost by 1 shot. And he sort of threw us a bit because Jet was practicing on rink 1 and then there was obviously a swap around. Of course, once they put in the team sheets, they have to stay in the positions that they are. And then when we got the team sheets so that we could actually put their names up for you guys, we found that... that the names had swapped.
Well, it's very important here because on aggregate as well, isn't it, Phil?
Yeah, well, it's interesting. So we do it where obviously wins come first, and then we look at a shot differential, and then we look at ends. Now, if the games are equal, and the shot differential is equal, and the ends are equal, then it's very interesting is that the format is that there is then a 1 bowl playoff where all 5 people play for the one end. Very cutthroat. But it would actually be great viewing, so whilst we kind of don't wish it, it would be kind of interesting, wouldn't it?
Would be nice television. Phil's just been asked to adjudicate on a call there. I can tell you in the 4s, the Marvels have hit back and they're currently leading 5-1. But are down 8-1 on singles with both Russ and Scott playing. won't hold the line. No, it doesn't. And it's just pushed Russ to advantage. That'll give him 2. So Russ Dowling holding the prime position at the moment. Gone very wide. I feel he might be going out the back just for some assistance there, but he's likely to take a 10 to 1 lead here. So Scott has to make, if he does trail the jack, he may have the shot there if it's placed past. So we'll just see what happens here. He's coming down for a little bug on the bit of a Kringle cockroach, we'll call it. It's been removed from the green. Upsets the rhythm, so I have to refocus and get back into it. Commentary strange, Phil. I can tell you how commentary strange is because I've got a left-handed microphone and Phil's got a right-handed microphone. So Cole, you're hearing Phil in your left ear and you're hearing me in your right ear.
Never the two shall meet.
He has minimised the difference there and pulled the 2 shots down to 1. Russ out of the blocks pretty early. Still 5-1 in the 4s. I can tell you Team Gecko are currently leading 4-2 in the 4s and are leading 10-3 in the singles. Sorry? Yes, 10-3 in the singles. Russ Dowling playing some excellent bowls at the moment.
Well, I've just found the first round of the women's at the Australian Indoors. So they will start on Monday, August the 14th. So round 1. We have Kelsey Cottrell, well-known bowler of course from Club Helensvale, playing Karen Lane from Darwin. Louise Cronin from Tarrant Point in New South Wales, playing Terry Ann Jones from Club Charleston in New South Wales. Kate Carriage from Northwest New South Wales is playing Eugene Muncaster from Curry in New South Wales. Angela Hackett from Traralgon down in Gippsland. So down at Traralgon they actually had a qualifier there, is playing Chloe Morrison from the ACT. Chloe Stewart, whom we well and truly know from Club Tweed, so she'll be used to the greens for sure, is playing Lynn Wood from Clayton in Victoria. Jessie Cottle from Cabramatta, New South Wales, is playing Denise Tanner from Tasmania. Leisha Morgan from Curry, another one from Curry, New South Wales, is playing Carol White from South Tamworth in New South Wales. Taylor Corton from New South Wales is playing Sammy Atkinson from Richmond Union, but she is also a Gippsland girl as well. Lainey McGornan from Adelaide is playing Leah MacArthur from Webb Kona in Victoria. Karen Nichols is from Narre Warren, is playing Margot Parker from New South Wales. Brooke Edwards, everyone will know Brooke and the Edwards ladies at Altona. She's playing Kay Moran from New South Wales. Sharon Kavanagh from South Australia is playing Ellen Faulkner from Cabramatta in New South Wales. Nicole McKenzie from the Dandenong Club is playing Reese Finn Young from Merimbula in New South Wales. And Lisa Featherby from Osmond Park, WA, is playing Leonie Flynn, who we know from Stratford, Victoria, Gippsland girl, but a dual member here at the Kringle Bowling Club. Michelle Weeks from Cabramatta, New South Wales, is playing Nicole Wynn from Victoria, and Carolyn Glenn from Curry Curry again, New South Wales, is playing Cassandra Millerick, who of course is well known from Moama, Victoria. So they play on Monday, and a little bit later we'll look up the men's draw where we have Frank and Chris Levick from the Mornington Peninsula, in fact the Rosebud on the Beach Bowling Club, and we'll go through their draw.
While that's happening, Phil, and introing the females, Russ Dowling is in a commanding position here. Was holding 3, but Scott did clear.
Well, I do have to tell you that a shots differential is quite important, so if he wins and wins well, that could hurt.
This is I'd suggest he may have 2 there.
Yeah. Oh, yes, perhaps. Gee, looking at the men's, there's sort of the who's who. A few good bowlers here, a couple of people. When you play sort of the the Vic Championship and a few other ones, you start to meet quite a few of these people, so interesting. Right, I might just take this time to quickly go through that. So round 1 we have Aaron Sheriff, well known, Broadbeach, Queensland, playing Adam Wallace from Queen Bay Yang in ACT. Stuart Gostre from Doubleview, Western Australia, is playing Sean Maudsley from Osborne Park in WA. Phil Baker, Port City in New South Wales, is playing Caleb Shaw from Bundoora, Victoria. Jonan Galinciano, I hope I got that right, but I certainly gave it plenty of effort on the pronunciation there. From Darwin, New South Wales, is playing Ray Pearce, so a well-known person from Tarrant Point, New South Wales. Adam McKeon from Club Tweed, Queensland, playing Benny Twist from St John's Park, New South Wales. Frank Krislevic, Rosebud Beach Community Club, there we go, is playing Bob Scott from Butte in South Australia. Michael Beasley, Soldiers Point, New South Wales. Christopher Couchman, Austral, New South Wales. Brendan Gallagher, MCC, is playing Warren Holt from Wagon in WA. Nate Zeno, well known, in fact he was the picture of the state championships down in Gippsland. His photo was on all the publicity. Nate Zeno from Middle Park is playing Brad Holland from South Bendigo, Victoria. Kevin Murphy, Pakenham, is playing Shane Evans, Raymond Terrace, New South Wales. Barry Mungovan from East Maitland, New South, is playing Damien Robb in Cardiff, New South Wales. Peter Davies, Morion from New South Wales, is playing Darren Gordon from Dunkeld in Victoria. Taylor Mail from Ulverstone, Tassie, is playing Jackson Riley from Leopold, Victoria. Hamish Beachcroft, also well known from Caulfield Park, Alma, is playing Roger Stevens from Broadbeach, Queensland. Jeffrey Van Butte from Pakenham is playing Greg Brown from Sebastopol in Victoria. Jesse Moronaha from Cabramatta. New South Wales, is playing Matt Robinson from South Bendigo in Victoria. So they also will be playing. They're playing on green 5 as well. Don't quite have the time, so we'll find out exactly when that might be. It'll most likely be. Okay, so the ladies are playing in the morning and the men are playing in the afternoon, and it appears they're playing on the same green, which is green number 5. In saying that, I haven't been there, Pete, but that may be just the one green under the roof.
Geez, Russ has just landed a very nice shot. That bowl to the left there will be holding shot.
Wayne Stevens. Thanks, Wayne. We'll try and do our best. There's also game watching from Kui Rup. He watches all the time. Andrew Daly. Turn on your microphone, Peter and Phil. So I'm assuming our volume's gone up a smidge. Perhaps you can give us a thumbs up if you like there, Andrew. Good idea, thank you. Just to give us an idea.
No, we're all good now.
We're all good now. Excellent. Mary Leslie is watching, long-time member of the Kringle Bowling Club.
So a pressure shot here for Scott. He needs to get amongst it here.
No.
What do you think, Phil? I think he's down one at the moment.
Yes, he is definitely one in a measure, probably just the one. Interesting to see which way he comes. He does have one behind. He is coming on the forehand, however, and he's looking at trying to take the shot bowl out.
Ah, that's gone.
No, it's flying wide. So again, another one down, which makes it 12-1, Peter.
So that'll take the marbles out.
I mean, don't get me wrong, if they win the other two disciplines in the second, that's 3 wins to 1. But when you have a shot differential in the singles like this of over 10, they've got to make that up on the other disciplines.
Yep.
If it's an even card. So this is quite important. Scotty really needs to try and nail this back a little bit.
And if we go to scores in the fours,
8-1.
so it's nearly
So Hooded Life are 7 up on that, but of course in saying in this they're 11 down. So this is where he has to really try and get it back a bit. All right, let's have a look at the other scores. In the singles, Team Gecko against Mulgrove Diggers. Team Gecko is up 12-3. And being a big turnaround in the fours, Mulgrove Diggers have turned that around. They're now leading 8-4. So, whereas before Team Gecko were up. So they're turning it around. So the way it stands at the minute, in both of the matches, Pete, is we have each of the teams winning in one of the two disciplines. So it's interesting. Still plenty of time though. Scotty's holding at the moment, but I tell you what, he's bowled very well and he's taking shot and he's in a good position in behind too.
How do you answer that, Phil? It's
yeah, well, he's just got to draw into it now. Certainly put the heat on. And a toucher. Okay, Scotty bowls now. Well, that's not such a bad move being there. At least he's got a catcher so he can afford to run into it with a little bit of weight. What he's looking for here is to tuck the jack away. And if he can do that, here it comes. Geez, bowled very well. So definitely at least 2. Okay, now Scotty can afford to come into this. He's got the catcher. Doesn't have to hit it too hard, but sometimes it's easier to get good direction with a more weighted shot. Okay. Just the weight. Probably needed to as I said, can afford to be probably at least a metre, maybe even 2 metres over to come in onto it. Alright, so this bowl most likely was probably looking for the tee, because of course there's no dead ends and it goes on the tee. Okay, it'll be interesting to see what Scotty does now. He'll probably need to have a run at it. Yep. Okay, has he got the weight this time? He needs to hold. Took the weight off, he was drawing. He really needed to do at least probably a metre and a half, 2 metres.
I suspect that's 2
over.
shots there.
Yep, I'd say that is 2. He really needed to push into it. As I said, he's had that catcher at the back right as we look at it. So I suggest that is another 2. So 14 to 1, Pete?
14 to 1, rightio. I can tell Rob Morelli, I can tell you that Will T is not playing for the Marvels tonight.
Oh, I believe he's here watching.
He is watching, rightio.
Yeah. The situation that happens is some people ask if they don't play the first section, can they play in the second section of the night? And the answer is no. The same 5 players, okay, must play in both the first and second session of the night.
Laurie Bell, good evening from Koori-Rup. Nice to catch us on the program. Again, welcome to all our Mornington Peninsula news group listeners. He's done it again. He's consistent, isn't he, Phil?
Yeah, he is nailing it. There's no question or doubt about that. The only good news for Hooded Life is they're now up 11-1 in the 4s. So they are now winning by 10, and they're down by 13 in the singles here. So that's their only saving grace, I'd suggest. So it's, even if it stays at their status quo and they get 1 each, at least they're in with a chance later on. But how often can it happen in a final where the favourites, anything can happen in bowls particularly, anything can happen. Well, there's a good bowl. Yep. So Scotty has shot definitely the front bowl, the red and white, the arrow, with the distinctive red middle stripe. He's answered it very well, and he's very close here again. Just pulling up slightly short, probably about 8 inches short. Scotty still has it. Oh, interesting enough, he's still playing the forehand. Hope he doesn't come narrow and sit the front bowl of the opposition in. We'll soon see what happens. Thankfully, he is swooping in underneath. Weight wasn't quite there as well, probably about a foot short for what Scotty required. Okay, so it'll be interesting which way that he goes. Has he changed? He is. He's changed now to the backhand. And it may well be that he's going to try and push Scott's bowl through. Hit the jack and go to his back bowl.
I think he's going out the back there.
Well, yeah, it wouldn't be his intention because, of course, he's unless he's setting himself up for a shot by having one behind now. But so Scotty's still coming the forehand. So I said, my only concern for him is that if he hits the other bowl of the opposition that's in front and pulls in narrow, that he might hit them in for shot. And I hope I'm wrong, but that is very close to doing that. Oh. And it's literally kissing the opposition's bowl. I'm just looking out the window here from the Bowls Ops office where we're commentating from. And I can tell you, wouldn't have taken much more to have pushed that one in for shot. All right, so that one definitely coming in under the head. So the question he's asking is if he sits the back bowl. Okay, so he asked the question that if he sits the back bowl and drops, would it have a chance of being in? And the answer was possible. I mean, how can you answer that, to be honest? There's a lot of things that happen, but he's certainly gone wider, and it's coming in nicely. We're asking it to move. Oh, now there's a great bowl. A lot of encouragement there from Todd, so that's two. Two very much needed shots, I might add. So that's two. So 14 to 3. Reduces it. And I can tell you that over in the fours, Hooded Life have now moved out to 15-1, Peter. So as it stands, so they're leading now by 14 and down by 11 in the singles. So they've actually reversed the trend, and they're now
so we're possibly
sitting
moving
in front
in another direction, Phil.
Yes. So it has changed. Okay, those of you who are interested in the team from Mount Eliza, Team Gecko, they are winning the singles. If Peter Nicholson is playing, 18 to 3. So he's bowling very well with his yellow bowls, though he is one down at the head at the minute. Where Team Gecko, your concern will be in the fours. At the minute, they're down 6 to 9. 6 to 9 at this stage. But of course, going by shot differential, Pete Nichols is doing Team Gecko very nicely with a 15-shot lead at this stage. Okay. So Scotty needs to get something a little bit closer. Reduce that margin at least. Still got plenty of time. Roughly about 40 minutes, I'm assuming. Yep, 40 minutes exactly. It's pulling up short. Chance.
Bit wide there from Russ.
It is coming in. Yep, that'll be two. Still plenty of room. Buckets of room. Just pushing it wide with one bowl to come. As we start to hear the rain coming down on the Skyedome roof and actually getting quite heavy. It could reduce the temperature, and a cooler temperature at Skyedome will mean that the speed will pick up definitely. Holding three now. Oh wow, very good bowls. Scott's not taking much time. He only has one bowl. Is he going to have a run at it? Okay, he could swap hands and actually try and have a run and come in under his own, or if he hits his own, he could knock it in. It's probably something that I'd look at considering doing, but we're all coursed differently. He's going to stick with his open, with his forehand, and he's looking for a draw to reduce. He needs to sit something, otherwise he may travel through. Needs to sit the back one. Oh, he may have done that. So he's definitely holding one, possibly two. He's just looking at drawing another one, or of course if he actually sat through Scotty's bowl behind, unfortunately that's pulling up short. So I think you'll find that'll be another two, which will bring it to 16-3. come up to have a look. Definitely taking one out, looking to see if it's... I'll just have a look. You can definitely hear the rain now hitting the Skyedome roof now. Really quite heavy. The score is now 16 to 3. 16-3. Just check the other scores. Yep. So Hooded LYFE are 15-1. Team Gecko 18-4 in the singles, but down 6-9 in the fours as Mark Stanaway bowls now. Scotty bowls, so just going through, probably about 2.5 feet. 2 down. As he draws another one in. Very good bowls. He has bowled extremely well, holding 3. A little bit hard to see. He is swapping hands, I think. Yeah. Wow. I don't know if I would have changed hands. It is coming. It is coming. He's going for the ultimate draw. Oh wow, what a bowl. You just need to have a look at the camera shot. Let's have a look, folks. Oh, bowl has just dropped. Question has been asked, who has shot? Okay, so Scotty Bowles, unfortunately the bowl just dropped over, so Scotty Bowles down 1. Very good bowl though, very good bowl. Old Davey told us that we put our volume up so high he had to turn his hearing aids down now. Damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Sorry, Cole. Yeah, we've got a new microphone now, so that'll help us all the way. Kim's saying that my vocals seem to be off a microphone. Oh, I'm not speaking into a speaker, Kim, sorry. So yeah, we've swapped microphones, apologies folks, but well, here he goes.
Oh, it needs the jack. Bang, bang. Oh, yes. Good result. Good result. Definitely has one.
He's hanging in there.
Yep. Can tell you that Hooded LYFE are now winning 17-1 in the fours. Very good turnaround. They're just calling it.
So Phil's just gone to grab some measuring devices. He'll be back very shortly. bows a bit so we can get to hear myself. That should be a bit better. Again, if there's any volunteers that would like to come down and help us commentate, we'd love to have you in the office here and just having a chat about bowls in general. More than welcome to come down. We might even get a microphone that's working. Again, a big shout out to Halftime Heroes. The podcast drops tomorrow night. So jump onto the Halftime Heroes webpage and you'll be able to pick up the I think podcast number 15. So going very well.
That Pete, very interesting. Had to go out and do a measure where I had to actually use a bit of white card under. It was a three-way look-see, and I had to use a torch and put it under to see if I could actually see any gap at all between the two other bowls. And one was just absolute touching, and the other one was the faintest of a gap using that. So I couldn't have even get a filler gauge to actually go between the bowls. I couldn't have done that. But that's the closest that I've ever come up. Well, other than obviously where there was a double toucher, but very interesting. Very interesting. Okay, so.
So Scott's holding one, possibly two,
Possibly
maybe
two.
three.
It's a measure that Paula Adams, our marker, is saying that she favours two down. The way he's been bowling, I'd expect him to draw this, to be honest. And he does. There you go. He's bowled very well. So that pushes the score out
That
too.
pops the balloon, doesn't it?
It does, breaks your heart. That goes now to 17-4. Though over in the fours, marbles are down 17-1. I can tell you that the other singles game between Team Gecko and Mulgrave Diggers is over with a 21-4 match, won by Pete Nichols from Team Gecko. But they are down in the fours, but only by 2 shots, 9-7. So unfortunately, if we end up with 2 disciplines each as far as Team Gecko and Mulgrave Diggers are concerned, they're going to have to be making up a very, very large, unfortunately, a very large gap. Some 17 shots. That will hurt. Okay. Nice. When we get a chance, we may have a look to see where people are viewing from. Something we can do, but not always. But we'll give it a go. It's always interesting to see where our viewers are coming from, and usually far and wide. He nails it again. He's bowling extremely well. Does deserve to have won. so here we go. So we have 284 people actually watching in the Melbourne area. We have the Gold Coast. Welcome to you. Be up there shortly. Hayfield, we have 2 viewers from there, so that'll most likely be the Whites. So hi to them. Also very good supporters of events here that are played from at Skyedome. Pakenham, we have a few from Pakenham. Sydney in Australia. Traralgon, again we have a couple from there. Darwin, Northern Territory, we have 1 person. Latuka in Fiji. Lismore in New South Wales, and a viewer down in Sale as well. So a pretty good cross section. Can tell you that the age demographic it's telling us is the bulk of you appear to be more in 45 to 54. Kirsty, you seem to be yes, down on the lower end of that, but we also have the 65 pluses are fairly low as well. So the main age demographic between 35 to 55.
I can tell you that I know we are definitely getting out to Aspen, Colorado. We had some feedback from them.
Wow.
So it was great.
Well,
a couple of Aussies working up on up there. They gave us some feedback, which was fantastic.
Great. Well, I can see we've got 5 viewers from Canada, 5 from the United Kingdom, 3 from Fiji, 2 from Pakistan, 2 from South Africa.
It could be all over here, Phil.
Oh, wow. Singles are finished quite early then. 2 from the United States, 1 from Indonesia, 1 from Iraq, and 1 from New Zealand. And he goes for it.
That could be 4 shots there. That could be...
maybe not. I'm just thinking that back white one, maybe.
So it could be 2, potentially 3.
I think it's probably 3. I think it's 3. So if it is, the score will be 20.
And on the 4s, the score there, Phil, what's...
Yes. Looking at the 4s. The 4s are winning still 17-3. So it's almost like a role reversal there, which, if this is 3, it means that the marbles will hit the front. Callers, he thinks that's only 2, possibly.
We could be at the end here.
So the score is 20-4. It was 3 shots.
Yeah, it was 3. Russ has bowled sensationally tonight. That's what we need from Scott. That's what we need.
Yes, they need that. So an interesting evening with both singles finished well and truly early.
Geez, you're calling it early, Phil.
Well, the singles are finished, both of them. Only the 2-4s are playing at the minute, 2-4s matches. Oh, I've called it early, haven't I? I have called it early. What am I on? We're still hot. Yes, you're right, Pete. Wakey, wakey.
Oh, he just needs to knock it out.
No, oh, no, that's just the one. Just the one I'd suggest. Absolute crazy if he doesn't swap hands, if you ask me. Wow, okay. I would have looked at coming the other hand, gone backhand. Looked at either pushing my bowl in onto it or coming in off it onto it. Of course, I could be proven totally wrong if he ends up drawing this. But folks, if we actually look at it, you may see what I sort of meant. If he actually came down the right-hand side and came in off his shot bowl, which is slightly in front, he could have whipped or come in off and onto the shot bowl and had a chance of getting shot. Now Scotty's coming this way.
It's going inside.
He needs to sit it through. Oh, it's 2 shots, so a good result. Very good result. That's sort of the hand that I was suggesting that maybe the Marvels would have looked at coming in on. Now, of course, in the singles, they can't visit the head. They can ask as many questions they like of the marker. It's all intended so we have quick play. And the jack is placed on a green dot, which is halfway up the centre line. But they can move the mat up into 3 different colours. So yellow is at the back on the tee. You might be able to see that, folks, where we're looking at the moment. The jack at the minute is on the green dot, and out in front of that is the red dot.
And Phil, can you tell us the course of events next week with finals? What's the structure there?
It's exactly the same structure. So what we're looking at is the 2 winners here of the semi-finals will play off against each other. And that will also happen for Tuesday and also Friday night. So by the end of next week, we will have 3 sectional winners who will go into the ultimate final. However, each and every single one of the ones that lose in the finals of each of the sections, each and every single one of those who turn up second, they will play off the following week on the Tuesday, and they will play in a reduced format of only playing pairs and triples for an hour. And we had a discussion with the teams that they would far rather do that, play for an hour and just do the 2 than the 4 format and only play half an hour, believing that too much luck in the half hour could happen. So they'd rather play the pairs and the triples. So we did a quick ring around and a survey, and that's the way we've gone, which adds a difference. So whoever wins that, they play each other, all 3 teams. And whoever wins that becomes the lucky inclusion in the ultimate final with the other 3 section winners. So it's like a second chance for a second place getter. Then the finals will be on Thursdays, Pete, not the Fridays, but on Thursday instead. So not competing with the football. So next week will be the finals of the... Next week will be the finals of the section. Oh, great bowl. Any movement into this lead by Scotty, reducing it, will be a help in the overall shot differential. So it's quite important. Six more minutes before the 10-minute warning. Scotty now has the chance and should get a second shot in. Well, sneaks in, but in all due respect, does leave a very big opportunity here to have the shot taken away from him. Certainly around it. Question is it too heavy?
A bit of heat on it.
Oh, it's a little bit heavy. If he goes in the ditch, which it looks like it has, it has. Scotty picks up another 2, so now 28. Amazing how often that final shot is always hard to get. Let's have a look and see how the other scores are going. It's now 20-3, Hooded LYFE to Marvels in the 4s. As I said before, Team Gecko 21 to the Diggers 4 in the singles. But Mulgrave Diggers are still leading the 4s 10-7. So the way it's going, folks, is it certainly looks as though each of the teams will have at least one of the different formats. So they're likely to have one win each. So I would say that the match that's at its closest is the 4s over on rink number 5 between Team Gecko and the Diggers. We're just waiting to see if they update the scoreboard. At this stage it certainly seems, yep, 9-10 now. So a comeback, so Team Gecko only one shot down as far as the 4s are concerned. So a good comeback there. If they can wrestle a win in the 4s, it puts them in very good stead. Not only do they have 2 wins, but then because of the 17-point advantage that they had in the singles, I'd suggest it make it very hard for the Diggers to whittle away at that, even if they win both the pairs and the triples.
So Scott gone short here on this rink.
We had a little bit of success earlier, so perhaps this is what he's trying to do. He's tracking quite well. He's going to pull up probably slightly short, but he's certainly started to put a little bit of heat on. Still plenty of room to draw though. So the question is has the speed altered since we've had the heavy round downpour? Definitely has cooled it down out there, and of course this surface being proven that it does speed up the cooler it gets. And in saying that, there you go, he's drawn shot. Okay, can Scotty change around? He's been very successful in the last few ends. Been a little bit more aggressive and runs. Question is, perhaps, should he have done that a little bit earlier? No, it's too heavy. He puts another one behind.
We're seeing that shot here, aren't we?
Yeah, we certainly are. So he's holding game.
Mike's a...
It's always on the 3 dots. But you both played in that manner, all right? So that's all right. But it is meant to be on the dots.
So just a query about the position of the mat, that it's gone forward of the dots. So the referee's just come out and had a chat with him. They decided to play on. narrower than the first shot. Coming in a nice line. Yes, I'd say he may have it there. So Paula Adams, the marker, calling it Russ down. So Russell for the match here. Just needs to get in. Tracking very nicely. Has it got too much weight? It's going to drift through. So Scott will pick up another one.
Okay, so they just had to be mentioned that in fact it was just noted that the mat wasn't on one of the dots, and they just had to be reinforced. They both played. So
There'll be a count here, so we might see two.
So I think it's probably just the one. But they do need to make sure that the mat is on the dots. Mind you, it's also up to the opposition to notice that as well. I suppose that's what happens when we have people who haven't played singles before. I don't believe Scotty has, but it's important that they do remember to have the mats on the dot. So he picks up a 1.
Just a reminder, folks, at the conclusion we'll stop the stream, and then at 8:30 we'll jump back on with the pairs. So 8:30, probably just a couple of minutes beforehand. It's due to start right on the dot at 8:30. But we'll...
Previously we've of course done the 4s.
Nice change, Phil.
The 4s and the triples, but we've just moved it around a little bit. Probably helps with the 4s because we weren't having fun with a lot of people standing in front of the camera anyway, were we, Pete?
So, I don't know about everyone else, but I wasn't. So I packed up shop.
Well, if we can't deliver a quality broadcast, then quite frankly we're not prepared to do that.
We want to promote our sponsors there, so our sponsors' names are out there, so we want to give them the best coverage possible. So
speaking of our sponsors, of course, Peter. Oh dear. And we thank them because it is a $10,000 prize pool, and we're very lucky because of that. Momentum Gaming, who are our gold sponsor. Crowder Community Real Estate for all your real estate needs on the Mornington Peninsula down here, a family business. James Crowder and his two sons, Ben. Oops, just watching that. Yep. And his two sons. Based out of Mount Eliza, but of course they cover the Mornington Peninsula. We then also have bronze then, which is the wrestling toucher, Andrew Alexandru. Max Australia, who of course have done our fabulous dome, which is fantastic. So Max Australia, and then Andrew Baldwin from ProAb Electrical. The power of choice for commercial and industrial electrical work.
and a big special mention to all our viewers out there with Mornington Peninsula News Group. Could get a little nudge.
Oh yes, he's pushed it in. Very good.
You really hate this, Phil, don't you? You're the last. You got one shot to make. You're leading by an absolute Monty, and you can't crack that last shot.
Okay, so I think it's going to be pulling up short, and it does, and it crosses the head. All right, chance for Scotty to come in. So we see a few people actually ask about our signage, which are the corflute signs. You'll see that we don't have any other signage actually around our greens. We keep it all open.
Needs to drop now.
Oh, almost.
Nearly got it in.
Almost. And the reason why is that we actually able to use our sponsors on our main scoreboard during the day, and then when we have events, they get obviously part of the sponsorship. They get 2 of the corflutes, and they come out for all our matches and our live streaming as well. And we think it looks far more professional. I know we've had plenty of clubs actually phone me and ask where we get those done, the cost of them, so we know we're doing something right.
So 1 and a measure I'm looking at here.
So it's only 1 peak.
You never know, Phil. I'm just looking at the side here and I'm going to say 1 and a measure.
Would you?
You never know.
No, they say it's 1 and just kick the balls away, too.
Jeez, they just kick sand in my face, I tell you.
You know how much I hate being right. Some would say it's not very often, Pete.
Well, I tell you, it's interesting. If we look back, Phil, at about half an hour, it was doom and gloom for the Hooded LYFE.
Mm-hmm.
But it's only 3 minutes till the bell, say 2.5 minutes. So they're...
Well, it's interesting, as I said, they're in the fours, they're winning 20-4, so they're up 16. And Scotty Bowles has now pushed it back where he's only down 10 shots now. So Hooded LYFE now, there's been a little bit of movement during the hour and a half, but Hooded LYFE are now getting their nose in front, and of course it'll come down to the pairs and the triples.
And the score in the singles goes to 11-20, is that correct, or 10-20?
Sorry?
In the singles, the score?
Goes to 21.
No, but sorry, the scores at the moment is
20-10.
20-10, and on the
fours, 20-4.
20-4, so just
Hooded LYFE are up in that one.
So just got some scores on the background there as Russ goes wide. Again, about a minute and a half to the bell. This is tracking nice as well. Might just drop short.
Getting plenty of encouragement from his teammates. They know how important it is to reduce this lead as much as possible.
Is there any difference, Phil, between the 21, or it's just a matter of timing and the progressive scores? So winning the game has no advantage?
Oh, look, they could win this by 21-0,
yep.
The marbles, but if they lose all the other 3 disciplines, that's 3 losses to the 1 win, so they go down.
Coming up 1 minute to the bell.
Better make my...
That's coming in nicely. That's coming in very nicely. I'd say it might look closer than it thinks there, but I think they're holding only 1 at the moment as Russ comes in. Nice line. Nice weight. Just might land behind. So Russ holding shot there at the moment. So 1 bowl each. Again, we'll conclude the stream here. We'll be back at 8:30 with a new stream. Hope you can join us then. As Scott comes in with his bowl. Bit of weight. It's going to cut across. So a chance here for Russ to pick up an extra shot. No, he's going to call it there.
Yep, which gives him 21, which is the maximum they can get in the singles anyway. So 21 to 10. Wow, all right, let me just have a quick look across. I think that they went down at least 2 hooded life, and it's a measure for 3.
So we'll just
And they will measure it now.
There, so it is 21 to 10.
21 to 10, and we're just waiting. I know that the marbles and the 4s have at least 2, which will move them to 6. Hooded life 20, and we'll just see. And so it's 3 shots. So 5 marbles to 20, so 15 shot differential. That
well, it's only a 5.
hooded life are up on in the 4s.
It's only a 1-shot differential, Phil.
And the others are 9. So 10 to 21. No, it's 11. Wow. Yes, correct.
A 1-shot differential.
It's going to be very interesting in the second half, folks. So I definitely, as Pete mentioned, we'll be stopping shortly, but we'll certainly be back at 8:30 and re-putting it out. So it would be certainly worth waiting for.
Folks, we'll catch you very shortly. Again, thanks for joining us, but rejoin us at 8:30 for a new stream. We'll go across all channels. You've been watching Halftime Heroes and its coverage of the Super League Bowls here at Kringle Skydome.